Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that is going to be coming up here on December 17th. And they will conjoin in the sidereal zodiac at 5 degrees of Capricorn. And this is really significant because Capricorn is the sign of government and leadership. But what I find is so amazing about this conjunction is that Pluto will be joining hands as well in the sign of government, leadership, career, business, and money. There's going to be a big shift in the way we handle our money, particularly maybe the value of the dollar. The dollar may change tremendously. This is over the course of the year of 2021 when Jupiter and Saturn come together, stay together. And actually Jupiter is going to go into Capricorn and it's going to stay there for only 5 months, beginning November 20th till April 5th. So in that 5 months, it just zips through the sign of Capricorn, but together it is empowered by being with Saturn. Because you see, Jupiter is so debilitated in Capricorn, it's weakened. And in 2008, when Jupiter was there all by itself, there was the crash of the economy. But the last time that Jupiter and Saturn were together in Capricorn, now remember Jupiter and Saturn, they conjoin every 20 years. But the last time they conjoined together in the sign of Capricorn was 1961. And I have to tell you, the economy was booming then. And that was the year that President Kennedy was elected. So it was after World War II and everything was starting to be rebuilt around the world and particularly in the United States. So it was a turning point for government, for new. But you know, Saturn in Capricorn is responsible. It's heavy. It's a big shift of responsibilities. And what I want you to know is that this is all powerful together. Now, Saturn and Jupiter, they will be together. They're going to conjoin together around 5 degrees of Capricorn, and that is in the nakshatra called Uttara Ashada. And the Ashadas are very much about righteousness and laws and legal. So I believe there's something that's going to change about the laws and the government around the world. And I think this has a lot to do with business and business that's being traded and dealt with around the world. It's about to change. And I believe there's so much more about countries staying together in their pursuit of empowering themselves instead of the world trade that has been happening. But of course, world trade makes the world go round and it's never going to end. But I think there's more of a where countries are going to be more contained with how they trade or do business with this serious focus of Jupiter and Saturn together. So countries are going to be, you know, like the saying is, make America great. Well, every country is going to be saying that about themselves because this is the time that their governments have to really join together and rebuild after all the catalyst and transformation and destruction that's been going on for years. So this is what this conjunction is all about. And I want you to know that this conjunction in Capricorn is going to really determine how people are ruled and governed in so many places in the world. But Pluto, bring Pluto into this mix and we have got some major breakups. Because remember, whenever Jupiter and Saturn come together, they both rule the economy. So bringing them together, it's a rebuilding and a making of the economy. And heaven knows, after this terrible pandemic, this coronavirus, everyone needs to be rebuilding. And the good news is that people are rebuilding, and it's all coming back together again in an incredible and powerful way. So governments are rebuilding, the economy is rebuilding. The world is coming back together. And during the whole time that Saturn is in Capricorn for 2.5 years, so we've got about almost 2.5 years to go of this, it's going to change for the better. And it's a rebuilding process. And Jupiter is going to activate Saturn in this beautiful and powerful way. Yes, Jupiter and Saturn are going to be in something called Uda, which is a planetary war. When you bring two planets at the same degree, it depends on which planet is going to win out. And that's where they will be when they are conjoined in a planetary war, which adds to all the chaos that's going on, by the way, in December. So I just wanted you to know that this planetary war tells us that Saturn is going to win, because Saturn is the planet that is in its own sign of rulership. It will be enhanced by Jupiter, but it will win over Jupiter. But Jupiter is really weak during this time, and Jupiter does rule growth. And so with being next to Saturn in Capricorn, and even in this nakshatra, it means a growth through coming back together, forming good internal governments within ourselves, that each country has to rebuild themselves. It's not like everyone's together, it's that everyone is contained. But once that strength has come together, you're going to find that then we can unite again and trade freely, and the dollar will come back. But so many things have got to change. Another thing that Saturn does rule, it does rule the old. So realize that this is all going away. And I also think this is a reason why we have such old presidential candidates. But then it's very interesting, because Kennedy did win with this conjunction, and he was the youngest president. So I believe that something is going to change with this planetary war of Jupiter and Saturn in December. Whatever has been going on with the presidential elections, something is going to change. And this planetary war between Jupiter and Saturn is another indicator that what we feel is going to be happening now will be something different. So I just wanted to point out this exact conjunction of Jupiter-Saturn as they come together on December 17th, that you'll see there's going to be some contention and everything is going to change. Again, because this is just a few days after the solar eclipse that represents a tremendous and enormous change that's going on, not only in the United States, but around the world. The world is changing, and nothing will be the same after this year of 2020 and 2021. The whole world is ready for a big breakdown of the old and transformation into the new. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like to sign up for my free newsletter, or you would like to schedule a consultation, go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. Or if you would like to study with me, join our university, go to my university website, which is University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.